we shift gears and talk about B Simone, who is lamenting her financial struggles in light of investments that she's making, and she's going on podcasts talking about how investing in an app and putting all of her resources into it has put her in a position to have to be more financially diligent. She can't run around spending the same money that she used to while she continues to work on this project. And so, she's made comments about how she doesn't have the liquid that she's used to having. She's used to having a certain amount of money in her account, and it ain't there because she's making investments and she's struggling. She gets emotional about it. And she's a little upset because she can't shop in Bloomingdales the way she always has. She has to shop in H&M. And that is, it's caught her off guard on making that adjustment. But she's on her path and her purpose, and she knows that. And so she's not allowing that. She's not allowing that to sway her off the beaten path. But the thing that has most people talking about this is the comment that she made about no longer being able to, buy her clothes out of Bloomingdales because she now has to shop at H&M because she has to be more financially diligent. So this says B Simone gets dragged for complaining about shopping at H&M instead of Bloomingdales. B Simone is no stranger to drama, but she probably didn't expect people to make such a big deal out of where she shops. Her latest internet debacle concerns some recent comments she made on her Let's Try This Again podcast with her friend Shakina Yawn. I hope I said that right. In a clip caught by the Shade Room on Instagram, B Simone talked about her spiritual battles, her efforts to make her new app, and the financial shift that she's experienced as a result. She seemed to get a little emotional while referencing all the things she's dealing with, although one particular remark about her shopping changes had the comment section raising their eyebrows. So I'm not going to read that because I'm going to play the video. This Bloomingdales and H&M comparison caused some folks to clown B Simone for this perspective. Girl, hush, I got to choose between Dollar Tree and Dollar General. One fan commented under the Shade Room's IG coverage, Bloomingdale's versus H&M people are starving, girl, shut up. Well, Bloomingdale's versus H&M, people are starving, girl, shut up. Elsewhere, though, the two spoke on how Simone is seeking longevity with her app efforts outside of a hustle mentality. She is prepared to take that big leap, but it's clearly not as easy for her right now as it will be once the slow cooker gets going. So here is a snippet from this conversation in which she talks about struggling and having to shop at H&M over Bloomingdale's.
Like, that's what help me, Jesus. Lord. Help me fight spiritually. Help me fight. So I feel like my answer is in what is happening in the spiritual realm. I feel like I am attacking something that I can't see right now.
Wow.
That's what I feel like.
What?
That's what I feel like.
You feel like you're attacking something you can't see right now. Do you feel like you know what it could be? Although you can't see it, because sometimes our spirit does know.
Like, I feel like it's breakthrough with what I'm creating with the app. I feel like there's been so much financial, just my finances. Like, the budgeting, you see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah.
Like I notice it in me now, just nitpicking. And it's not even, I just don't have it like to spend the liquid. Yeah. I'm used to having liquid. And because I've invested in this app and this platform, I don't have the liquid. I got the money.
Not yet.
Not yet. It's coming. I have it in assets. I have it in jewelry. Yeah. I have it in, but it's like the liquid. I'm used to seeing a certain amount in my account.
But you're also used to a hustle mentality.
For sure.
And this time when you set out to do the app, you said that you wanted to do something that was legacy.
That was going to have longevity. Not quick.
Yes, you don't.
I don't want it. I don't want it quick, and I'm not complaining. Yeah, I know that. I believe in what we're doing.
Yeah,
but I think that that's what I'm fighting.
Use the microwave, and this app is a crock pot.
Wow,
this app is a slow cooker.
Wow,
and you're gonna reap the benefits of it later. But right now, you're sowing seeds into that. And so it just takes time, but you'll have that liquid cash.
I believe that.
You'll have all that.
I believe that. It. I know it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, bro. What? Oh my God. I see a lot of memes, floating around the internet. And I'm just go ahead and take off here, man. I've seen a lot of memes on the internet, man, where there'll be some people talking on a podcast and they're talking like this. And then some of the comments will say, hey man, they need to make podcast equipment a lot more cheap, more expensive. So we don't have to hear some of these people talk. And I get a little beside myself because I guess what we do here is considered a podcast, but we're not gas bagging like that, man. I mean, what a circle jerk that was. I can't stand it, bro. I didn't know we did this, bro. I've seen some other podcasts from other communities and they talk like that and they just, rub and tug each other like that. But that was just completely unbearable. But let me go ahead and speak to what B Simone had going on there. Completely out of touch. B Simone, as the article mentioned, man, she is one of the more polarizing people on the internet. Honestly, I haven't really ran across too many people that are in favor of her. Mostly whenever I hear B Simone, it's whenever she's doing or saying something on the internet that has people up in an uproar. Lately, it was her appropriating Christianity. Oh, and by the way, our girl Brittany Renner has renounced her hijab. Right on schedule, man. Right on schedule, bro. Hey, bro, we batting 1,000 over here. And so one thing about it, man, B Simone was out there appropriating Christian culture, doing a sermon or doing her own form of preaching. But she was out there wearing something that, was some scantily clad, at least for the church type of situation. So she was catching flack about that. So now we hear, not even a couple months later, she's irritated the internet yet again, this time with her Bloomingdales H&M comment. And that was a genuine sense. That's what she genuinely feels. She was really in her feelings in that moment. She was, those were crocodile tears, but she was really feeling the hurt of her liquid. And so because she doesn't have as much liquid as she's used to, she was really hurt that she couldn't go as crazy in Bloomingdale's as she normally do. But as that comment said, man, hey man, some people are battling for Dollar General versus Dollar Tree right now. You know what I'm saying? And they got mouths to feed. And they actually got to make those decisions, man. I seen some podcasts, some TikToks, man, where people are actually making like meals, like they're going grocery shopping in the dollar store. And this guy's showing like how to, hey man, I take this process. He didn't call it processed meat, but he's taking meat from the dollar store. He's taking this can over here, this can over there, and he's making meals out of it. And people are like, hey bro, thanks for the recipe, because people actually got to go shopping in Dollar General and the dollar store. Mm-hmm. So this is some people's real reality. And she's sitting here crying about whatever the hell she was trying to buy at Bloomingdale's yesterday to wear on this crusty ass show. I am gonna call that girl crusty because she did, that was a bar that she gave. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what the hell it was.
Talking about it's not a microwave, it's a crock pot.
Crock pot. That was a bar. I'll give her that. So she's not a complete airhead, because there's some airheads out there. So that was a bar. I'll give her that. So I ain't gonna call her show whatever. All right. So, but at the same time, she's just trying to wear it on her show and trying to flex or whatever, and she couldn't afford or whatever. Her liquid wouldn't allow it. But I'll just say this. B Simone has always been somebody that like I said, man, just rubbing people the wrong way. And every time I see her, whenever she is causing an uproar or a ruckus, it's because she's not connected enough with the people. It's because she thinks too much of herself. And right here was just another example of that, where she's just out of touch with reality, in touch with herself and herself alone. All right. So, just true narcissism on display. Mm-hmm. And, man, of course, the internet's going to let her have it. So, but what are your thoughts, man, on what B Simone had to say about her saying, hey, I don't have as much money as I once had, and now I have to go shopping at H&M instead of Bloomingdale's? What are your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, clearly that's tone deaf. I'm on her Wikipedia, mm-hmm. and there's a section underneath business ventures that says Simone launched a vegan and cruelty-free beauty brand,
Oh.
B Simone Beauty, in 2019.
Mm.
As of May 2024, the brand is on hiatus.
Damn.
In 2021, she collaborated with Foot Action to release a clothing collection called Faith Over Fear. So, yeah, she launched her own imprint in 2019. And according to her Wikipedia, as of May 2024, that imprint is on hiatus. I tried to look up what this app is. I couldn't really find much information about what her app is supposed to be. But that is the rundown on her Wikipedia. Uh, Now, based upon that, she reminds me of all of those so-called artists that we see on these reality shows who are supposedly recording and getting ready to drop music, yet they never do. You ever notice whenever you watch one of those housewives show, not housewives, but Real Love and Hip Hop or some show like that, and the women on those shows are always in the studio or attending this meeting or they're going to this lunch to discuss some business venture that they got coming out. And then several months down the line, where did that ever happen? Like, you're putting out an album. Where did it go? Did it come out? Or you want to, like, what happened to your
full-blown studio sessions? Yeah, whole single.
Yeah, and come to find out, they're not really artists. They're reality television actresses.
Correct.
But they're part of their character script is they're an artist or a musician or a rapper or something.
Or businesswoman.
Yeah, so they'll put episodes together where they're going into the studio to record with X, Y, and Z, or do this or do that, and they're previewing music. They're having a studio or a listening session, and then you never see the album. I ain't heard a single. Where's the song? Like, are you an artist or are you not? No, of course they aren't. That's just pomp and circumstance for the TV show. Now, I don't mean to put her in that category, but that's what this looks like to me. Based on the way she's talking about the app, I don't know what it is, never heard of it. Her own page on Wikipedia doesn't mention it. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it's slow cooking in the crock pot.
Maybe.
But I Googled it, didn't really find much on what it's supposed to be. So, she kind of sounds like one of these people who's just in the entertainment industry, but doesn't really have a clearly defined role. She's just an entertainment media personality.
Yep.
But otherwise, I don't really know what she is or what she does. And those people tend to gas bag a lot about what they got going on, but you never really see the fruits of their labor. For her sake, I hope there are fruits, but right now she just looks and sounds like she's doing a whole lot of talking. And yeah, it comes off as tone deaf, especially in this economic climate. Correct. When people would kill for the ability to be able to regularly shop in H&M. And I will say this, as someone who used to buy clothes out of H&M, there are certainly a lot of places that are far better options from a quality standpoint than to shop at H&M. But times are such that shopping at H&M on a regular basis, depending on where you are income-wise, taxes your pockets.
Yeah, and it's a luxury to be able to do that.
It is on a regular basis. It certainly is. So to talk like that kind of displays her relative narcissistic tendencies, in that you'll talk like that without knowing the collateral damage that can come from talking that way, or how it may rub or offend some people. Or rub some people the wrong way or offend them. So, people in her space, it's funny you mentioned Brittany Renner, because Brittany Renner is the same thing. They think they have carte blanche and can just say and do whatever they want, devoid of consequences. And for her sake, I hope she's not built that way. But for right now, she, to me, looks like the kind of person who has a whole lot to say about what they got going on. 6 months to a year later, you never saw any of it.
Yeah, and I'll say, and I agree with you, man. And I'll say, as far as for her sake, so there can be people out here that are like, oh, y'all don't even know B Simone, or she's this, she's that, or herself would be like, hey, y'all don't know me to be speaking like this. But here's the thing: your online digital footprint is not good. Your social credit score with the community is bad. And when you're tone deaf like this and you give these kinds of takes, it just feeds into the fuel. And just like us who don't know enough, but we know enough of you to know that people don't care for you much. And then the only clips that we see is you continue to feed into that. Then how are people going to support your app? This slow cooking that you're doing, you can put whatever price tag you want on it. The people are not going to come patronize your store, but whatever you cooked. Because they go, oh, that's B Simone's store. I don't care if she's slow roasting and it's falling off the bone. I don't want to support her. I saw how she treated the Christian thing when she was wearing those clothes at that thing. Hey, man, I'm a dude. I'll support these women. I'll support Black-owned business, but I'm not going to support a woman that said that she ain't going to date no man that have a 9-to-5. I'm not supporting you. So your digital footprint, everything that she does as a person, as a personality, because what the hell does she do? The only thing I know her for is annoying people. So you're going to sit there and try to get into an industry where people have to buy into you as a person in order to make your app successful? Then you're doing a bad job. So this is your campaign to try to connect with the people. You're going on these podcasts, doing all these shows to connect with the people. So connect with the people that's doing Dollar Tree versus Dollar General. Connect with those people that's going Ross and Burlington, TJ Maxx.
She'll probably say that she, her app or whatever it is that she's doing ain't for broke people or something like that.
And if she go there with it, then the hell with whatever she got going on.
You know how these people are.
Yeah, like, so you know what I'm saying? No, I'm with you, bro. So even if she goes there with that, good luck with that. So again, I don't care how long this thing been sitting in the crock pot at that point. It might not come out a very good product. You know what I'm saying? In the sense that people might not buy it. So, hey man, it is what it is. So my message to her, you know what I'm saying? Because this does come across their feed. I don't care what they say. So once this does come across your feed, my whole thing is say, hey man, be humble. You know what I'm saying? Sit down, take some lessons, learn from the people and connect with the people if you want them to buy from you. But if you keep talking all this elitist talk, all of this, whatever, all this bad B talk, whatever you got going on, you're going to continue to disconnect with the people, the average everyday person, especially in today's economy.
Well, she is going to continue to disconnect because that is how she talks and that's how she looks at the world. So your comment, like she'll respond to you by saying your opinion doesn't matter because you're broke.
I'm a broke boy.
She would probably say something like that because that's how these people think and that's how they talk. So it doesn't matter whether what you have to say makes any kind of sense or if there's some semblance to it. If you're broke or a brokey or a broke boy or you ain't rich or you're not 6 figures or whatever, your opinion doesn't count. So, and I feel sorry for the people who patronize individuals who have that kind of an outlook on life.
Agreed.
Because all they're out to do is extract you for your hard-earned financial resources and to leave you on the back burner because they don't care about your well-being.
Exactly.
They don't care about you as a person. So why should you invest in them as a person?
Exactly.
But I guarantee you, bro, your words fall on deaf ears to her and people in her cohort, people who think like her. They will dismiss you as a bitter, broke person whose opinion doesn't matter. Because ironically, to these individuals, money is everything. Money is, to people like her, money is God.
Yes.
So the thing is, your worth in the world is entirely tethered to how much money you make.
Yes.
So your worth to her is based upon how much you earn. And if you don't earn enough, that means your opinion is also inherently wrong, even though it's not. So that's why I kind of feel like people like her should be ignored largely, because I feel like they have the wrong approach to everything. But, she came up through the Wild and Out ranks. She's an industry chick in terms of her talking and her way of thinking. Anybody who says I can't be with a man who works a regular job is an industry thinking person to me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I feel like people like that shouldn't be listened to. Like what their opinion on or anything shouldn't matter. And me personally, especially in this day and age when digital currency is so valuable, I'm not subscribing to anything you're doing when that's the way you talk or look at the world.
Agreed.
And for clarification, Apparently she's launched a podcast app. So I'm guessing that's the app that she's talking about. A podcast app called LTTA, which stands for Learn, Teach, Transform, Achieve. It is designed to be a platform for community healing and exclusive content. Users can access exclusive content, private events, and a supportive community. It's in the beta form currently, but users can sign up for a chance to be invited. So it kind of sounds like it's a clubhouse type thing. Mm-hmm. It sounds like it's her version of a clubhouse. The first episodes of LTTA Talk, a show featuring 10 powerful women sharing their stories, are available on the app. So, apparently that's what she's got going. We'll see what comes of it. But if it's 10 powerful women sitting around talking about, this, these dangerous rhetoric talking points, I'll happily pass.
Agreed, man. Hey, but let us know down in the comment section, guys. Do you feel as though B Simone has lost touch with reality, or hey, man, everybody's struggles are relative, so we should take it easy on her because she doesn't have as much liquid as she once had? Let us know down in the comment section, guys. Love to hear your thoughts on that.
It's so ironic because the liquid that she is looking to make is supposed to come from the very people she's shorting on when she talks about how she struggles to shop at H&M over Bloomingdales. You can't make this stuff up, man. You really can't. But it is what it is, I guess. Good luck to her, but I personally don't think people should invest their time, their energy, or their money into women who talk like that, personally.
Yeah, and shout out to the crock pot girl. I didn't mean to call your show crappy, man. I'll see more stuff that you got going on before I make that judgment. So I jumped the gun. So shouts out to her. I'll say that.